Hi everyone. I'm just going to wait a minute for those who want to join before we start. In any case, thank you for joining online. This class was supposed to be outside in the park, and unfortunately, I'm confined, so I'm here at home, but at least I can do it online. It's better than nothing, so I'm already really happy to do it that way. It's the best I can do for now. Um, and yeah, as I mentioned, for those who know, it's a donation-based class, so I would be more than grateful if you can donate at the end of the class. If, of course, you have the possibility, there's a link in the class, in the description of the class. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start with this Hatha Yoga flow. And whoever feels like joining along, well, will be here. So you won't need anything but your mats. So go ahead and take a seat. I'm going to start by taking a few deep breaths. So go ahead and sit down comfortably. You can sit back on your heels or cross your legs and bring your hands down on your knees, palms facing down or up. And close your eyes. And straighten your back, so reach up to the top of your head, relax your shoulders down, relax your face and your jaw. And we'll just start by bringing yourself into this present moment, finding presence and letting everything else behind, whatever we've been doing during the day. And connect with yourself. Just bring your awareness to how you're breathing. Try and see if you're breathing freely without changing your breath for the moment. Just seeing if you're holding your breath through the abdomen or in your chest. What kind of tension do you feel here in this moment, if there is any? And just find that, observe it, don't judge it, and let it go. And see how is your state of mind in this moment. Are you feeling really energetic, fast-paced? Are you feeling slow, tired, sluggish? Whatever it is you feel, just see that, observe it, and try to put an attention there to whatever it is you need. And we're going to try to bring that to ourselves, whatever it is we need during this class, adapting the rhythm to however we feel without pushing ourselves, bringing ourselves frustration, going over the limit, being respectful with ourselves, and accepting what is, what has happened, and what is to come in this present moment. We're going to start taking some deep breaths and finding our ujjayi breaths, which is a breath of fire. When you inhale and exhale, you'll feel the breath growing through your throat, and it sounds like the noise that you hear in a shell at the ocean. So take a big inhale, exhale. So really try to find that breath, hear it coming through your throat. Helping us to find focus, focusing on the air coming in and out, nice and slow. Inhale deeply. Relax your abdomen as the air comes in and out nice and slow. Keep on breathing as slow as possible, especially on the out breath. Imagine a wave coming in and out on the beach as you breathe. Inhale, wave comes in, exhale, it goes back out, taking all the tensions with it as you breathe out. Relax your jaw. Take 3 more nice and deep breaths here, as slow as you need. Feeling a connection of your sitting bones with the ground. 2 more. Last time, inhale. Exhale. And the next time you inhale, I want you to reach up with your arms towards the ceiling. Stretch up. And exhale. Bring your hands behind your back and plant your fingers into the ground. Open your chest. Look up. Open through the chest. The shoulders come back. And keep on breathing nice and deep. One last inhale. And exhale. Release the hands from behind your back and reach forward with the hands. Extend forward. Bring your forehead close to the ground. It's okay if it doesn't touch the ground. And come back up. And we're going to come into a child's pose. So go ahead and sit your bum down onto your heels and extend your arms out in front of you or to your sides, whichever is more comfortable for you. Feel that nice release in your back, and your hips opening up. And the connection of your third eye, your forehead onto the ground. Taking this time to slow yourself down. And slowly come up on hands and knees. Bring your hands under your shoulders and open your legs hips distance. Just start circling around, just warming up the hips, the wrists lightly. So make circles in one direction, pressing into the ground. And the opposite way, circling the other way around. Wonderful. And we're going to come into a first downward facing dog. So go ahead and tuck your toes in And send your hips up towards the sky. Open, externally rotate your shoulder blades. So imagine the outside of your arms are trying to come down and towards the inside. So the shoulders are going away from the ears. And start pedaling here. So this is your first downward facing dog today. Feel a nice opening, stretching in the hamstrings. Take your time. There's no hurry as we're warming up the body. Let your head hang and look back towards your feet. And slowly come to center, and we're going to start doing some spinal waves. So here you're going to push into your legs and bring yourself forward so that your shoulders come over your wrists. And as you come into a plank, you're going to tilt your pelvis out. You're kind of creating a cow tilt and push yourself back into downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale, round your back, bring yourself forward and tilt your pelvis. Exhale, come back into downward facing dog. So this might be a bit difficult if you're starting out and you've never done this type of movement. So take it as slow as you need to. And always move with the breath. If you lose your breath, you can just pause and take a big exhale out and start again. Come forward. So really warming up the whole body here. So moving from inside out, you're engaging the core, the psoas muscle. For those who know what that is. And following the inside is really leading the movement. And come on back into downward facing dog. Inhale and bring your right foot in between your hands and come into a lunge. And exhale the other foot to the front. Release your hands down to the ground. And slowly come up to standing. Straightening your legs. Your head comes last and reach up with your arms. And look up towards the ceiling. And release your hands down. Wonderful. Let's take a few sun salutations. Get the whole body nice and warm if it's not already the case. So inhale and exhale your hands in prayer. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. And exhale, fold forward. Keep your legs slightly bent for the first forward fold here. Relax your belly as you fold forward. Inhale your left foot to the back of the mat. Look forward. And come into a plank. Press into those hands. Exhale to the ground with or without your knees. Knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, come into a cobra. Bring your chest forward. Open out those shoulders. Press your arms to your sides and look up. And exhale back into downward facing dog. If you need to, you can have a slight bend in your knees. That's perfectly fine. Inhale, your left foot in between your hands. Really push into your hands so you make space for your leg as it comes forward. And the other foot comes to the front of the mat. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, release. Inhale, exhale your hands in prayer. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward. Hand comes to the outside of the feet. Inhale, your right foot to the back of the mat. Push into your hands. Come into a plank so you want to have a nice and straight back. Your lower belly is engaged in the plank. Exhale to the ground with or without the knees. Inhale, cobra. Open that chest and push into downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale. Right foot comes to the front of the mat. Exhale, the other foot. Inhale, unwind. Reach up. Exhale, down. Last time on the left side. Inhale, exhale. Your hands in prayer. Inhale. Shoot up towards the sky. Look up and slightly back. Exhale, fold forward. Release your neck and your head as you come down. Inhale, your left foot to the back of the mat. Plank, push into your hands. Spread those shoulder blades. Exhale, down to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Engage slightly your glutes. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, the left foot to the front of the mat. Exhale, the other foot. And come back up to standing. Reach up and exhale, hands come down. Open up your legs slightly. Take a couple of nice and deep breaths. Feel your heart rate beating. Feel the blood flowing, the energy flowing. Close your eyes. Feel how you're standing. How's your balance today? Wonderful. Open your eyes up again. Bring your feet together. And we're going to balance onto our left foot. So you're going to bring your right leg up. Hug it into your chest. So interlace the fingers behind the leg. Try to keep that chest nice and open. And we're going to come into standing balance. So you're going to reach back with that right leg. Your chest comes down parallel to the ground and try to square those hips down towards the ground. You can have a nice little bend in the leg, the standing leg if you need to. And you put your hands in prayer in front of the chest. And if possible, straighten that leg. And come into a high lunge. So the back foot comes down to the ground. Arms come up towards the sky. Now we're coming into warrior one. So the back heel is going to come down on the ground. Just feel a nice stretch in the back of the leg. And try to have those hips facing the front of the mat. Have a nice bend in the front leg. Breathe here. And open up into warrior two. So open up your arms front and back. Still with a nice bend in that front leg so you don't hurt your knee, 90-degree angle. See that nice alignment between the front heel and the back leg, the back foot. You can focus on your front fingers. So really imagine you're trying to spread the mat apart with your feet, so really planting those feet into the ground. And reverse warrior two. So I'm going to bring the back hand on your back leg and reach up with the other arm. Look up towards the ceiling, still bending in that front leg. I know it's tough. Don't forget to breathe. Open that chest and come back to center and reach the left hand can either come down to the ground or the elbow comes down onto your leg, depending on where you are. If you have a block, also you can always put your hand on the block. Open that chest and the right arm reaches up towards the sky. And bring both hands down to the ground into a low lunge. And step forward once again. Forward fold, release your head down to the ground just for a second here. Feel the difference between the right and left leg. And come back up to standing. Reach up to the sky, release. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So find balance on your right leg. Bring your left leg up. Interlace your fingers behind that leg. Find your balance. What they call a drishti, which is your point of focus. Try to look down to that point and hug your leg in towards your chest. Engaging the standing leg to find balance. And slowly, you're gonna bring that leg back parallel to the ground and try to have those hips facing the ground. So you're not opening up to the side like this. Bring them down. If it helps, you can flex the foot so that you have your toes facing down towards the ground. Have a slight bend in the standing leg if needed. And bring your hands in prayer. And we come into a high lunge, so the back foot comes down to the ground. Reach up with your arms. Bring your chest over your hips. Bend into that front leg. And come into warrior one. So the back heel is coming on the ground. And you're twisting your hips so that they face forward on the mat. Nice and easy. Listen to your body. What is it saying in this posture? If something hurts, always back off. Don't push yourself. Don't fixate on the physical aspect of the pose. And open up into warrior two. So the arms come front and back. Bend into that front leg. And look to the front hand. This is a strong posture. Probably why it's called the warrior. And reverse, but bring the back hand onto the back leg. Don't put pressure on your knee. Just bring it down lightly on there and bring the right arm up towards the sky. And look up. Still bending into that front leg. Feeling that nice stretch on your right side. And come up. And same thing here. We're going to come down. So either you can bring the right arm onto your front leg as a support or all the way down to the ground on the inside of the foot. The other arm comes up with the hand right over the shoulder. Open that chest and look up towards the ceiling. Keep on breathing. You still have your Ujjayi breath. And bring both hands down to the ground. And we come back into downward facing dog. So both feet come back. Hips come up towards the sky. Settle yourself into the posture. Once again, one leg is probably firing. And we're going to take a little bit of a variation here in downward facing dog. So it's a nice side stretch. So you're going to lift both heels off the ground, come on the tips of the toes of the feet, and switch. Both heels are going to come over to the right side of the mat and bring the heels down towards the ground. So imagine that you're trying to bring your right hip down towards the ground, and you can do a little bit of a bouncing movement, so you should feel a really nice stretch on your left side. Straighten your arms. Feel a nice side stretch. And come back to center. And this time shift your heels over to your left side. Same thing here. Bounce a little bit up and down. Feel a stretch on your right side. Make sure you're pressing into the ground with both hands and releasing your head. And come back to center. Bring your heels on the ground and come into a puppy pose. Extend your arms out in front of you and bring your forehead to the ground. And release just for a second here. Nice little rest. Take a big inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Couple more times. And last time. Wonderful. And come back up, and we're gonna press up again into downward facing dog. And this time you're gonna inhale your right leg up towards the sky. And go ahead and bend that leg and start making circles with the leg. So you're opening up the hip area. Circle away. One way and the other way. And we're going to open up the hip. So bring that foot up towards the sky and open the hip so that your foot is coming over to your left side. Try to have, as much as possible, your shoulders still facing the ground. So you're opening up from the hip, not from the top of the body. And square your hips again. And you're going to bring that right foot forward and try to bring your knee to your nose. So you're pressing into your hands, rounding that back, engaging the abdomen. Bring it in as close as possible to your nose. Round that back. Push, push, push. And come back into downward facing dog. If you need a break, from your downward facing dog, you're welcome to do that. Always listen to yourself, to your limits. And we're gonna come to the other side. So inhale your left leg up towards the sky. Bend the leg and start making circles with the left leg. Remember to try to keep those shoulders away from your ears. And the opposite way. And bring that leg up and open the hip. So the left foot comes over to the right side. Open up. And square the hips again. And bring that knee up towards your nose. Once again, round your back. Bring your shoulders up over your wrists. Press that leg in. I know this is challenging. Breathe. And come down. And come back to the ground. Sit back on your heels just for a second. Find your breath again. Bring your hands onto your legs with the palms facing up towards the sky. And breathe slowly. Find your center again. So just a moment after a lot of movement, just to recenter ourselves and check in how we feel. Are you giving yourselves what you needed what you need and what you found at the beginning of the session. And are you honoring that intention? Some days it's harder than others. Are you letting go of any emotion that's coming to you? And open up your eyes again. We're not finished yet. Come back onto your hands and knees. And you're going to bend the left leg and bring it up off of the ground. And with your right hand, you're going to reach over to that foot. Grab your foot with your hand and push into the left hand, the one that's in the ground. Don't let yourself sink into it. So engage the abdominal, but release your chest. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to push your foot into your hand and let your chest open up slowly. It's also a balance posture. So look out in front of you. Release that chest, let it open up. And slowly let the leg come down and let go of your foot. And come to the other side. So bring your right leg off of the ground and reach with your left hand to your right foot. Find your point of balance, point of focus. Inhale and exhale, push your foot into your hand and let that chest open up, the heart open up. And slowly bring it down to the ground. And this time come up onto your knees and the hands come off of the ground. And we're going to come into camel pose. So bring your hands onto your hips. And I want you to inhale and reach up, like if you're trying to reach up with your head towards something up towards the ceiling before we come into the back bend. So really make space in the vertebra before we come into it. Inhale, reach up, look up, and exhale, open your chest, bring the shoulders back. Now you can stay here, if that's good enough for you. Try to bring your hips slightly forward so the weight is not coming back. Open up that chest. You can go a little bit further, then try to bring your hands down onto your heels without twisting your chest to the side too much, and release your neck back. So this is the full posture here. So the weight is really coming forward more than back onto your fingers and heels. Open up that chest. Feel that beautiful opening. Breathe as slowly as possible. And slowly, slowly, just as we came in, we're going to come out. So bring your hands onto your hips and press forward slowly, slowly. And come back to sitting onto your heels. And we're going to come into pigeon pose. So I want you to bend your right leg and extend it out in front of you on the mat, and the left leg is straight behind you with the foot facing down. And try to sit yourself down into your hips. If you need to, you can always use something to bring under your right hip so that you're not falling to one side. So you're trying as much as possible to square your hips, have them facing the front of the mat. And if you're really tight in the hips, it's best to have your heel in, so like touching in the groin area. And the more you bring it out to the side, the more it's going to be intense. So remember to be gentle with yourself. You have your hands, your fingers down on the ground to open that chest, or down onto your front leg. So try to press into the ground with the back foot so it'll help to square your hips. This is a really wonderful posture because it's a hip opening, but also a little bit of a back bend and heart opening posture. And slowly we're going to come down to the ground. You can make a cushion with your hands. Bring your forehead onto your hands, or reach forward with your hands and bring your forehead onto the ground. So this is quite intense if you have really tight hips. So just remember to unclench your jaws and to send the exhale to that area that you feel, where you feel the tension. Imagine that out breath freeing all the tension there is in there and letting it go. Sometimes it helps to give a color to your breath, whatever color you like. And to imagine that color traveling through your body all the way to the area that needs to be freed. Wonderful. And we're going to come back up. Bring your hands onto your shoulders and bring your chest up. And I want us to try a little bit further in this posture. So you're going to bend the back leg and reach it with your arms. And we're going to try to find balance so that we can reach with both hands and catch your foot. If you can't, just reach with one arm and you can bring the other hand on the ground. Just try and find your balance here and open that chest. So same thing as we were doing before, you push with your foot into your hands, which allows to open your chest. And release your foot. We're going to come to the other side. So push into your hands, transitioning into downward facing dog. Tuck the back toes in. And inhale your left leg forward, bend into it. And the back leg is straight down onto the ground. Square your hips. And open that chest. So try to also focus on relaxing your shoulders, because sometimes when we try to open our chest, we're actually clenching our shoulders and we don't realize that. So just whatever muscle you don't need at the moment, let it go. If it doesn't serve you, leave it aside for the moment and let it relax. And come down to the ground, or make a cushion with your hands and bring your forehead onto the hands, or extend your arms out in front of you and the forehead on the ground. And breathe. Still using the Ujjayi breath if possible. However, if it doesn't serve you, if you find that you're taking too much energy into the breath and the Ujjayi breath, just let it go and breathe nice and deep without making the noise through your throat. And come back up. And same thing here. And try and bend the back leg and reach it with your hands, one after the other. Try to find that balance. One side may be harder than the other. That's always how it is. We're not perfectly symmetrical. And open that chest. So push your foot into your hands and let your chest open up. Wonderful. And release the leg, let it come back down. And come to sitting, so bring your back leg over to the front. And we're going to come into V pose. So you're going to bring your feet off of the ground. We're going to engage the abdominal here. So it's always a good thing to work on the abdominal a little bit. So you can stay with your legs bent with the shins parallel to the ground. And your arms come up to the side. Try to open that chest so you're not rounding your back and falling back. Open it up. This is already quite engaging for the abdominal. If you feel like it, you can extend your legs up. So you're also engaging your legs here. And breathe. Might be shaking a little bit. And I want you to slowly come down to the ground as slow as possible. Come down, down, down. And then try to press your lower back into the ground as much as possible. And when you're a few centimeters off the ground, let go. Wonderful. Nice feeling of release after the effort. So when you're not engaging, really let go. When you don't need to engage the muscles, release them entirely. Sometimes we get into these patterns. They're actually not very healthy of using way too many muscles in every action that we do, and we create unnecessary tension in different areas. And bring your legs into your chest, roll a little bit side to side. Give yourself a little back massage. And we're going to take a shoulder stand to finish off, an inversion. For those who have high blood pressure, or maybe if you're on your period or something, you don't have to come into the full expression of the posture. You can always just lie down on your back and bring your legs up, straight up towards the sky. That will already have a good effect of blood coming down to your head. Otherwise, bring your palms facing down towards the mat. And you're going to slowly, don't throw yourself up, slowly engage your abdominal and bring your legs up towards the sky. And bring your hands in your back so that you're holding your back up. And you're trying to have a straight back as much as possible. Then you find that point of your hips being almost over your shoulders. And relax your legs. So you don't have to engage your legs here. Just let them go. Relax your feet. You feel your chest coming towards your chin. If you feel you're not comfortable, you can bend your knees, bend your legs, and clasp your fingers together so that you bring your shoulders a little bit closer together. And then straighten your legs again. Breathe nice and deeply. And feel the blood coming up to your head. For those who have poor blood circulation, this is very good. And slowly, you can bend your knees in towards your forehead again. And stay like this with the knees bent. Or you can straighten your legs back. Try to bring the toes on the ground and flex your feet. Interlace your fingers behind your back and straighten your arms. So you're really stretching out the entire back body. If it's too intense, go ahead and open your legs so that you can touch the ground easier. If you feel any kind of pain, go ahead and come out of the posture. There's no shame. And bring your hands back on your back, just for support. And slowly, vertebra by vertebra, come down. And your hands come down to the ground. Slowly, slowly. And let your legs come down to the ground. And feel the blood coming back down to your feet. Just give yourself a second here. And from here, we're going to take a counter pose. Fish pose, it's called. So we're going to bring our arms under our bum with the palms facing down. Bring your legs together. Slide those arms under you, as far as possible under you. And you're going to press into your elbows. So the weight is going to come into your elbows and your chest is going to come up off of the ground. Inhale. Open that chest and release your head back. And lightly bring your head on the ground. So the weight is still in your elbows, not in your head, but you're just slightly bringing it down. Open up that chest. The legs are relaxed. And try to breathe. Take a full breath through the abdomen and through the chest. One more breath. Inhale, exhale. And then push up, bring your chest up, tuck the head in, and untuck the arms out from under you. Go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your head and let the weight of your head release into your hands. And bring your head up with your hands so you can feel a nice stretch in the back of the neck. And look over to one side and to the other, stretching out the sides of the neck very gently. Come back to center and release your head down to the ground. I want you to bend both knees now, both legs, and we're almost coming to the end. And bend the right leg over the left, flexing the foot, and the left leg comes off the ground. And bring your hands behind the left leg, behind the knee, interlace the fingers, and lightly bring that leg towards you, so you should feel a nice opening in the right outer hip, as well as the lower back. This is a very nice release for the lower back, for those who tend to have tensions there. You can close your eyes as you're doing this. Make sure to flex your right foot. And slowly release your fingers from behind the back. And we're going to come into a twist. So you're going to leave like the right leg is folded over the left. I'm sorry if the lighting is so bad. I hope it's clear what I'm saying at least. And you're going to let your legs fall over to your left side with the legs crossed. Extend your arms out to the side and look over to your right side. Close your eyes and let the weight of your legs do the work. Release your neck. And then slowly come back to center. Bring those legs up. And uncross them. And this time you're going to bring your left leg over the right with the foot flexed. Again, bring the right leg off the ground. And your hands come under the right leg. And with the exhale, try to bring the leg closer to your chest. If this is really, really way too tight, you can always just keep the right leg on the ground and let your hip open up to the side. I should have mentioned that on the other side. However far it is that you can go, just try to find some kind of comfort, even if there is a bit of tension. Breathe into it. You're there to give care to that tension and really bring your awareness there instead of ignoring it and going on. Just be gentle with it and try to give it care. And slowly bring the right leg down to the ground and completely cross over the left leg over the right. Open your arms to the side and let your legs come over to your right side and look over to the left. And feel that nice release in the twist. And slowly come back to center. And we come to Shavasana. So open up your legs on the ground and let your feet open up to the side. Palms are facing up. Slightly open up your arms. Take a couple deep inhales and exhale through the mouth. And again. And find stillness. Let the muscles recover, your body taking in all the different movements you made. Take a moment just to see how you feel now compared to the beginning of the class. If you were feeling slow and heavy, do you feel lighter now? If you were feeling all over the place and not able to concentrate, were you able to find that concentration, your center? Whatever it is that you needed, did you honor that need? Were you able to listen to yourself today? And were you able to let go? Whatever it is that you felt and that you feel, make sure you thank yourself for being here, just trying just a little bit even makes a difference. Visualize again that wave coming in and out. And as it comes in, it covers all your body and goes out and takes away any tensions that are left in your body, bringing them away in the ocean. Slowly releasing. Visualize that beautiful wave. Hear the sound of the ocean. And really make sure you're letting go. All the muscles are releasing into the ground. including your face and your cheeks, jaws, eyelids, all the small parts that sometimes we forget to give attention to. Let them go. And you can stay as long as you want in Shavasana. Otherwise, we're slowly going to come out and start stretching out slowly. And if a yawn comes out, let it come out. Keep your eyes closed and roll yourself over to one side. And when you're ready, join me back into seated. And we'll finish off with 3 Oms at the end of the class. Bring your hands in prayer. Take a big inhale. 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 Namaste. Thank you for joining the class. For those who came today, I hope you enjoyed the class. And as I mentioned, feel free to make a donation to support me. And otherwise, you can also like the video and subscribe to the channel if it's not the case. And any comment that you have, anything you want to let me know, please feel free to write that in the comment section. And I will be doing another class tomorrow morning for those who like morning classes. Otherwise, have a beautiful evening, rest of the day. I'll see you very soon.